What's up, Ruthless Nation? Here we are, Thursday night, and it is the Season 5 Championship. Heat 5, the last ride here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. We got 4 championship contenders in the booth with us, along with 2 Ruthless veterans that we're all going to interview here before we get into qualifying, and then eventually our last race here, Season 5, and most likely what will be our last race here on NASCAR Heat 5 after 5 long exciting, electric seasons. Myself, Hollywood, and a lot of these guys in this chat have been a part of, or at least been watching and known about it. So we'll get into our Championship 4 interviews here. We'll start off with Hollywood. He is a back-to-back champion, be looking to go for a three-peat. So far here in the Ruthless Racing Pro Series, only Hollywood and Typical have won championships, and tonight that could change. So we've got 3 other guys going up against Hollywood here at Homestead-Miami. Hollywood, uh, you know, co-owned this thing with me here. We kind of started this, based off what we wanted a league to be, and for the most part, I feel like we hit the mark with what we wanted, and seemed like we had some guys stick with us that also like what we got going on. So I'm glad we've got to do that together, and not only that, you have put your mark on this series as well. I mean, with some pretty stiff competition throughout these seasons here of Ruthless, but a lot of parity in this season, and you still find yourself here in the Championship 4 going for the three-peat. How important is this race? And then just kind of maybe dabble back into just racing in the past has been like.
Yeah, man, it's been a pleasure to do, or to own this thing, co-own it with you. Like you were saying, everything we've had going for us so far has been awesome. Um, and it's kind of the people that make this whole thing go around. So we had an idea of what we wanted, and that's grown from where we started to where we are now. But I think it's been a lot of fun on the way to get to this point, and it, uh, it's a testament to the league with how many people we've had run in the league and the competition that we've been able to bring in, and the show that we've been able to put on in these races. So honestly, that's just what I'm proud of the most, that you know us as a group can go out there and connect with a lot of these racers that are on this game and have a good time out here running. As far as this race, man, not feeling too confident right now. But I think I'll be fine by the end of it, and can't wait to get out here and try and end with a bang. The last back-to-back champ got beat, so let's hope that's not a repeat thing, and um, see if I can get my third. This season has been the most, what'd you say? Or it has had the most parity, right? We've had 8 different winners, which is the most of any season in the shortest season that we're ever going to run. So it's been a lot of fun. We've had, I think, 4 or 5 of those guys I think it's 4 or 5 of those guys be new winners to the series. And man, it's just cool. It sucks this game's going to go away, but um, it's kind of time that new NASCAR 25 game is going to be coming out, and everybody will be back on that, and that's going to be a whole new world for everybody. But not to get into that too much, just to kind of stay with the theme of the championship race and enjoy the last one on here, man. That's all I got. I'm gonna go get the guys set up. Congratulations to the other 4 that made it tonight. I can't wait to race against you in a couple minutes, and I'll see you 3 in the chat in a few. Thank you, Stu, for broadcasting tonight. Hopefully, JWoww and Timmy get up here. Thank you in advance to them as well.
Yes, sir. Well said. Good luck on your chance at a three-peat. All right, so I'm going to actually move on over to Jason here.
Yes, sir.
In the 23 car. All right, Jason, you've been racing with us here for, I know, 2 straight seasons, but you have been in and out throughout the I guess, couple years that we've been doing this. And you find yourself here in the championship four again. You've gotten wins in back-to-back seasons. Felt like you was going to win that last race, but showstopper, in that kind of last moment, got in there whenever he needed it. And but anyways, some great success here for you. You actually won our Ruthless Regatta or in-season tournament that we did last season, so you was a champion of that. And then, also, you kind of just went on a hell of a run there in the playoffs last season to put yourself in that championship four position. Now I feel like we're at a track of Homestead that you're, sort of really good at here. I feel like these are one of those tracks that just kind of play into your hands. Also, we got 2 pit stops per stage in this one. I feel like that also, strategy sort of also plays with how you like to race as well. So just speak on what this racetrack uh, does for you and your racing style, and what would it mean, to actually finally get your hands on this Pro Series championship and win the money?
Yeah, hopefully we can get a championship. So first season I ran here, we ended up finishing fourth. Second season we got third, and this season hopefully not second. Hopefully we get first. But Homestead, it's gonna be tough getting off pit road. The first 2 stages, luckily it don't matter. But once you get off pit road successfully, the track, I like the track. It's a good track. There's gonna be a lot of cars grouped all together, so it's gonna be fun at the end, and hopefully we can pull out the win.
Yeah, that's really where it's going to come down to, getting on and off pit road with those pit stops, and having good, entries, and also having good exits. Because here at Homestead, you kind of have that access road with dirt on either side, so things could get, out of control there pretty easy. But that's a good point. But yeah, I know the championship would be cool to finally, go along with everything else that you've done. I mean, you've kind of been sort of like the silent killer of the league. I feel like everyone sort of just thinks, oh, the 23 car is always there, but man, I feel like you make the move when you need to, and it's, you've proven that over the last 2 seasons. Find yourself back-to-back appearances here. So just real quick, just speak on, other than pit road, what is something that you look to do in this race to just make sure you're there in that third stage?
Just work on the car for the first 2 stages, kind of just ride around, see what speed everybody else has. Then that last stage, just try to be there at the top. Uh, no, these are tough two. There are actually 3 guys that I'm competing against. So this top 4, they're all pretty fast. Hollywood's a back-to-back champion, so he's gonna be tough to beat. But hopefully we can take that away from him. We got a regular season championship, and hopefully we can sweep the whole season.
Hey, I hear you, man. History is not on his side being back-to-back champ. So definitely, I look for Hollywood to make some early mistakes there in those first few stages, but I feel like he'll ring it together there at the end. Hopefully, he didn't make too many mistakes, but yeah, I feel like a lot of this race kind of falls into your driving style. So we'll see. Hopefully, that 23 in the Big Mac is in victory lane. But good luck,
Yeah, for
Jason.
sure. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Well, move on over to Parley here, driver of the 17. My man, you kind of joined in this year. I know you was part of Phantom over there for a long time. Raced with you guys there sort of in the back half of your last season. Pretty good show. A lot of good guys over there. But moving over to here, I mean, you've kind of been not in every race, but you've been in enough to accumulate the points to be here. And along with a dominating race that you had there, got a lot of points just a few races ago. Um, just your experience here in Ruthless and what it's been to move into the championship four and have a shot at the money here at Homestead-Miami.
I'm excited. I knew about Ruthless for a while, and like I said, I did start off with Phantom. Definitely a huge shout out to them, and kind of where I started joining some competitive racing, and had that last season, and then it just worked out that I was able to join this year. So a lot of different names that I've been driving with, and it's been a blast. I mean, I know everybody in here is like so quick and different type of league. So I'm just grateful that I got the opportunity racing it. especially to Final Four championship. I'm feeling pretty good. So it's for Hollywood for bringing me into this league and be able to race here. I had a lot of fun. I've looked
That's,
forward for every race.
yeah, I greatly appreciate you being a part of this. I forgot to mention, me and Hollywood kind of the co-captains of Team Penske, so I was glad to have you as a teammate as well. Good and consistent racer as yourself. So not only will you have a chance at winning this money here in the championship, but you've already probably claimed here with the start of enough Penske drivers the team championship. So you would be a part of those top four drivers, I do believe, that will be receiving $25. So, got a good night ahead of you here, possibly, Harley. So, best of luck to you out here at Homestead-Miami. I know it sort of races a little drafty, so could be a one of those wild ball races. So, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. As always. And last, certainly not least, our man in the 77 showstopper, and got that win last time around to put yourself in this position of the championship four. And you sort of had some issues, I believe, whenever you first started racing with us, maybe with some like connection or something like that. And you were always fast, but that was kind of the thing that just kept you out of those races for the most part. But anyways, I feel like you got all that figured out, and and now you're able to consistently put that car up front. I mean, you've seen you in the top three here throughout the season, and you've had some really good races, especially back there at Bristol. That was a really good race for you. Um, but yeah, I just want you to speak on what your season's been like and what it would mean to win the championship here.
Yeah, it's definitely beyond my expectation. Getting to the Final Four, with the first season in y'all's league, which is great. Um, yeah, I think a lot of my finishes this year probably could have been better. Some self-inflicted damages on my own with fuel mileage, which I've never been good at. Um, Not looking forward too much to Homestead, but not one of my strongest tracks. But we're gonna show up, show out, and try to keep the nose clean and see what we can come away with.
That's exactly what it's going to take, and I feel like you have that ability to keep that car up front, keep it clean. I've seen it throughout some, way tougher racetracks than this. So best of luck to you in that 77 tonight. I look forward, and I expect to see it up there in that top five racing for most of the night.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, no problem. And now we just want to talk to our veterans real quick before we release them over to qualifying. Nothing real special out of you guys. I mean, other than you have been here since race one with us on Heat 5. We'll start with Shepard here in the 48 right now. Yeah, so Shepard, you've been with us, man. I've rooted for you for 5 freaking seasons to get that win, and you finally got it at Bristol, man. Of all places, the last great Coliseum is where the 48 finally claims his victory. So I know that's a bright spot in your history here running with us on Ruthless in the Ruthless Pro Series. But yeah, just speak about your time being here for 5 full seasons. I mean, I can't appreciate how much that means to me. I mean, I met you guys racing in some league. I forgot what it was called, but I raced with you guys in that league with a guy named Redneck or something, I believe. And yeah, so that's where I met you guys. But you all came to Ruthless with us, and I mean, you all have probably made more starts than anybody. You and G Dog, as I speak. So just speak about what Ruthless has been, for you just through 5 seasons. Like, have you improved or anything? I mean, what has it done for your, just experience here on NASCAR Heat 5?
I have to say I've had a blast here. Because when we first met you guys, I know G for a minute was like, "Hey, Hollywood and Stu, look at them. They came up, start showing out, and it got to the point where we realized it's like, probably in this league that's the ceiling. But then we saw like, hey, there's a stairway over there, so we could keep climbing, and ever since I've been racing in Ruthless, it's really been showing up in the other leagues that I've been racing in to the point where, you know, I would just go from 2, 3 race wins in a row to finally I broke like 2 or 3 records in some other leagues, 7, 8, and 9 wins in a row. So G Dog could verify that, but it's definitely been a blast. It's been an eye opener. Racing with all these guys that I probably was like, oh yeah, they're going to be far ahead. I'm be all the way in the back, but being able to race some of these fast guys door to door, side by side, and just the type of respect that we have on the track racing, it's the Ruthless is the place to be if you want to get some good competitive racing, get some good laughs, and um, this is where stars are born. So definitely, Ruthless is A1. It's just always A1.
Hey, I appreciate you saying that, Shepard. I mean, you're an A1 driver, teammate, Discord member, anything in between. I mean, you and G Dog, class acts, and couldn't think of any, better guys to have in our league, you sort of represent us. I mean, in a way, because I mean, no one other than Hollywood and myself, I don't think, has been here as long as you guys. Been through every race like that and stuff. So, I greatly appreciate, you just showing up every Thursday and anything in between and being there and racing for us, with us.
Oh yeah, anytime, man. All 100% respect coming from my end, and I plan on continuing to, represent Ruthless in my other leagues, and just hey, always speak highly of Ruthless.
Hey, I appreciate that. And yeah, this ain't the end of us. We will be
Mm,
on that new game, and things will, be just as they are now, just a whole different format. So, and, of course, you guys are more than welcome to be a part of that as well.
sweet.
But yeah, over the G-Dog, sort of the same question. You drove the 17th in this league most of your time here. That's what you got your win in last season there at Daytona. So, you two guys getting the win in this series, that was just top notch for me. That's probably two of my, favorite victories. Just seeing two veterans being able, you guys tough it out like unlike anybody else. I mean, for real. And just sort of speak what just like I asked Shepard there. What's Ruthless been for you? Has it been an improvement since you've joined here, or just whatnot with your experience
Yeah,
here with us?
absolutely. Absolutely. Like Shep said, it really shows in the other leagues that we run how much, especially me, how much I've progressed. Just running with y'all guys. At the beginning, I'd be on late at night and there'd be a couple people on and I'd ask questions about setups, about how to drive the track. And, Hollywood was always willing to help. Um, so when we go to these other, leagues that we do run in or just join a public lobby or something, we're pretty fast in them. And to run up front and to win a race in Ruthless, you really have to be on top of your game if you're going to do it consistently. Because out of all the other leagues that I've run in, and I know Shep's run in, this is the cream of the crop. This is the best guys to run with. You're going to make yourself better when you run with these people.
Hey, I totally agree. I mean, even down in that Pro Am series that we had, and then a few races I've ran with the Pro series, I mean, you have to be consistent every time you hop in here if you want to be the guy up there at the top. And, you know, nobody knows that better than you and Shep for sure because you guys have experienced. There's been guys that's came in here and won race after race. There's been good guys come in here and struggle. And there's been guys leave and whatnot and everything in between. So you guys seen them come and go. You've seen them be good or bad. And, it takes everything, every race. And I feel like you and Shep bring that to the table. Everybody struggles at, their places, but you guys have locked in when it's mattered a few times here in the Ruthless Racing Series. And like I said, two of my most favorite victories to call. And, you know, G Dogs I thought was sure heartbreak, but my man did pull it off. But I thought for sure my man got heartbroken that night.
I didn't even know who won it until it came up on the little list there. It was so close.
Yeah, I mean,
It was close.
my heart hit my ankle at that point in time, I do believe. But yeah, I appreciate you, G-Dog. I got to cut you guys loose, let you get over there to qualifying. But, you guys even showing up for this race, I just can't appreciate it enough to have you guys in here every week.
Yeah, no problem, man. I look forward to next season.
Heck yeah, my man. You guys go out there and get it done tonight.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate it.
No
Thanks,
problem.
Sue.
All right, folks. We're going to get ready for qualifying here for your championship. We'll have group qualifying, team qualifying, which will have an order that I need to find, which will be on the Discord here. We will have Hendrick, Penske, Trackhouse, and then JGR qualifying order tonight. Thanks to everybody who is watching. Please lock the stream if you don't mind. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Getting ready to hop into qualifying here at Homestead-Miami. Parley Hollywood, Showstopper, Kill It Like Jason. Who do you have to win this race tonight? It's the highest finisher will be your champion. And now we got Timmy in here with us. What's up, Timmy? I didn't see you hop in.
Hello.
Howdy do, my man.
Can't believe we're doing this again, but here we are.
Oh my
Ruthless
goodness.
finale. Here I am in the booth for some reason.
We always find Timmy
man.
and scrape him up, when it's time to do something big. I don't know where he be, but he's just like a bad penny. You just can't get rid of him.
Yeah, I
I'm
get
just
told that a
kidding.
lot. No, but for real though, I'm very excited to watch this finale here. Homestead's a very popular track, not just among fans of NASCAR, but also the drivers as well. Even on here, like a lot of us look forward to racing this track. On heat, it's a fun track to race on. We ran it for our finale in Phantom for our final season, and that was a lot of fun. And if NASCAR knew any better, they'd move the finale back over to Homestead. And I could see that happening. I think they're doing renovations to the Homestead-Miami facility for next year, so there could be a chance that it might come back. But maybe that's just me being optimistic. I don't know.
Now, there is rumors that's probably why they are renovating. So I wouldn't say
What I heard, at
that's
least.
too outlandish that might be the case.
Yeah. What would be outlandish is continuing to have the championship at Phoenix.
That would be pretty crazy. All right, Timmy. So do you have an invite to Q right now?
I don't.
Okay, I got you. I can get you.
I bet.
Did that send?
Yep.
All right, cool. For everybody watching, greatly appreciate it. Please hit that like button. Almost 2,000 of you have now joined Ruthless Racing, so I greatly appreciate that. Hopefully, once things change over and we get into new formats and try different things, we'll hit that 2,000 mark. I'm really pushing for that. I really hope that happens. But tonight, Heat 5, the last ride. As we start qualifying now, we'll see these guys go down pit road, get into their groups. Hendrick will be the first to qualify, followed by Penske, Trackhouse, JGR. All right, for now, I guess, Timmy, we can just, whatever you have an insight on, we have our 4 championship contenders. I think you know who they are. What do you see out of these guys, like with what you've seen out of them just through time and the racing styles? Who do you think this track will fit best? And there's 2 pit stops per stage in this one. If we stay green, that could also be a strategy that plays into someone else better than another. So, what do you think? About tonight?
I think this race is going to favor whoever puts themselves in the opportune position to capitalize on going big. So it's gonna play out throughout the race. And from what I've seen here in years past, regardless of where the championship is, no one's gonna wait until when all the cards are laid down on the table. Like it's go from the green flag, believe it or not. Like even stages 1 and 2, even the stage points don't mean anything to the championship drivers. They're still gonna race their butts off throughout and all the way to the final stage. So I'm gonna keep an eye on our final 4. I got some favorites in mind, but also this is a good opportunity for me to know who's on what team since we're doing team qualifying.
Yeah. So basically just HMS cars here will be your team. Then we'll have Penske cars. I don't know if we add any extra car to that. Oh yeah, the 17 Parley is a part of that. And then any Toyota is a part of JGR.
Pretty much, yeah.
31 is a part of Trackhouse, I think, along with the 8. I think the 77 as well. Unfortunately, I think the only team not featured tonight is HMS in the championship. Penske got the extra driver in there with Parley and Hollywood. Now, Hendrick did have quite a bit of shakeup throughout the season with their team. They've had to bring in a few guys here and there. They actually got Dan the Man there in the 9, but I'm not sure he showed up tonight. Not seeing him out there. Shepard first to qualify here. This is probably his last lap of qualifying. Looks pretty good. And there's G-Dog as he dives down into turn number 1, followed by the 5 car of Viper. Oh, that was their ending run. Okay. Now we should start to see be Hollywood finishing his run.
And you mentioned the team shakeups as well. I haven't really been keeping up with the season, so I don't know like what teams have made what changes and whatnot. But I'm going off of like what I know, right? So it's nice to know that Shepard's in the 48, considering I've seen him in that car about every single time we've raced, or I've covered races with him in it. So that's going to make things easier. Parley and G-Dog being in completely opposite cars is really going to throw me off. Because I'm used to seeing Parley in a Chevrolet of any sort, whether it's that 24 or even the 5. G-Dog, I've seen him in the 17 car and just about everything, so that's going to take some adjusting for me to... Gotta really put that into my brain for the rest of the night.
Trust me, this season has been the hardest on me to remember numbers. Most guys just run a number, and you're like, okay, that guy's that number. And this season these guys have been on different teams, got drafted. I mean, it was a whole shake-up this season with how everything was put out to play, trying to make everything a little different. And man, it's been real different on me.
Got Showstopper and Jason look like they're finishing up their runs.
To my surprise, only one JGR guy, and that's Jason, one of the Championship 4 contenders. He'll have nobody out here, I guess, with the grace of help with them. very surprising to me.
And the fun thing about qualifying is seeing all the different lines that each driver is taking. Like everyone's car is set up differently, right? Some guys are probably having a devoted qualifying setup. I don't know if anyone that still does that. But I was watching Showstopper in the number 77 car run the very top of the racetrack, nearly up against the wall, kind of like how you're used to seeing the guys do it in real life. Doesn't really work all that well here from what I've seen in past experience. I saw Jason run about the middle lane, closer to the white paint on the bottom, but that's where I saw most of the guys kind of run. Some guys run the top. But that 77 was pretty much ripping that wall on his final lap, as he is now finished with his run. I think just about everybody's done with their runs now. That just goes to show, I think, just how much variety these drivers are going to have. They're going to have options on which lanes are going to work for them. So no one's going to be bound to one particular line like we see at a lot of tracks where it's just everyone line up on the bottom. Or in the case of Kansas, everyone's just lining up top. You can make both lanes work here. The bottom might be the better option, but if you got a car and you're inside, you can hold the top, you can defend very easily around here.
That is a good point. As those tires start to wear, they'll just naturally want to start to ride up that racetrack. So I feel like getting comfortable with that high lane is probably not a bad idea. We only got 13 guys for the field tonight, so I don't believe track position will be as important as it was at some points in this season. I mean, we had 25 guys out here at some races. 22 to 25 guys at certain points. And the track position game was just unreal, unlike anything that anybody had tried to handle before. So having a fast race car was really just sort of like the evening factor, because everybody out there had a great race car. So so tonight will be a lot different than what some of these guys had to experience, I feel like, in some of these other races. So, but I feel like we're going to have one of our better races right here tonight. It just has that feeling to it. We could have something pretty good happen. I mean, our last two championships have come down to bump and run situations. And, or not our last two. We had two championships come down to bump and runs. So Typical get Henson at Auto Club with a good, it was more like a kill and steal type of win. But then we saw Hollywood get some like revenge through Henson, but on Typical there for his first championship. And then Hollywood had the back-to-back deal last year, somehow with Warren Tires coming back and getting that win, which was absolutely unreal.
I'm going to tell y'all this. If it comes down to that again, you're never going to hear the end of it.
Yeah. That's right. Thanks to anybody tuning in. Qualifying has just ended. We're about to get to the show. That is Homestead-Miami, the Season 5 Pro Series Championship here for Ruthless Racing. Calling it Heat 5, the last ride. Right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. Please hit that like button. Subscribe. Got Timmy in the booth with me. Always does a great job with his broadcasting abilities. But, it's about to get real right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. We are going to go between Hollywood, Parley, Kill It Like Jason, and Showstopper to find out who will be the last champion of Ruthless on NASCAR Heat 5. And let's see, Parley with the West Higgins ORV Pole Award. Second belongs to Kenrod, starting up there on the front row. Third will belong to Jason. Fourth to Showstopper. Where did our man Hollywood end up finishing? He's starting in fifth, so track position not going to be so good for Hollywood. We'll back out of there and let them get that going. All right, so Parley starting up front. He has a pretty good race car here, I do believe, and he's going to be a tough one to beat. So after the qualifying results, how are we feeling? Put your thoughts in the chat. Timmy, what's your thoughts?
I think the show's about to go on here. Our championship guys, it Parley stands out to me. I mean, he's always really quick in qualifying. That seems to be like his strength from what I've seen from him in the past. So I'm not really all that surprised that he got the pole. Uh, I think he's definitely going to be one to watch if he can play his cards right. He's going up against a lot of experience in Hollywood. Now keep in mind, Hollywood, he's been in this before. He's done this twice in a row now. He's going for that third one, and he knows more than anyone in the Final Four how to get it done. So experience is a very key factor that all three of the other guys are going to be going up against, basically.
Yeah, well said. Right now, these guys are just getting locked in. They're about ready to go. 133 laps will decide this one's burnout rule will be in effect for us this evening. Be 2 pit stops per stage. Fuel limit, I'm not sure exactly what we're calling the fuel number. Let's see. 17 laps, so that's what we'll be basing that off of if there is any cautions. Tanks of 17. And with how the stages break down, if there is a caution, if they've ran more than about 5 laps, it should cut out a pit stop in either stage. I think so. No, except for the third stage. Alright, so we got Kenrod streaming for us as a lap count. I think we got invites. We've got the chat livening up. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We got some Jason picks in here. Got a pretty good crowd livening up here. Please hit that like button, guys. Much appreciate everybody tuning in. Catch this championship action. We're about to get going. Everybody's setting up the race right now as we speak. All right, everything is set up on my end. We're looking good. Homestead-Miami is the home of the Season 5 Ruthless Pro Series Championship. 4 guys go for a championship. Hollywood on a three-peat. 3 other guys trying to look to be their first time as a Ruthless champion. We got Showstopper, Parley, and Jason all trying to dethrone Hollywood here from the last 2 seasons of success. So we'll see how this one plays out. I feel like early on we're going to see some struggling maybe out of that 21. Probably get it together towards the end of the race. That's just sort of the trend for him. Just throughout the time I've seen him race, it just, I don't know, man acts like he doesn't have nerves, but I feel like they kind of get to him when things just get going, just the thought of, what's going on. But Yeah, so I feel like we're in for a good one here tonight. Uh, I really got got my eye on that 23. I feel like he's sneaky, especially if this thing stays green. I don't know. I just feel like this track and then the two pit stops feel like that all plays into his driving style. So a lot of Jason fans out there. So possibly we might have a happy chat whenever this thing is all said and done. But you can't forget about Parley. He is our pole sitter and showstopper. He's had himself some dandy runs here in the back half of this season. And all four guys in their own right have a great shot to be the winner here, where the palm trees call home in Miami. But yeah, these guys are loading in, so that's what I'm gonna do. Did you get an invite?
Invites sent out. I didn't get one.
Okay, I got you. You get it?
Yep.
Good to go. Thanks everybody tuning in. This is NASCAR Heat 5, the last ride here at Homestead-Miami. And we're about to go green here from said Miami as they get into turn number 1. Parley was your pole sitter. Got Kenrod up there with him as well. Jason in that 23 right there as we come off turn 2, which could be the problem point of this racetrack as we get going. Stage number 1, 2 pit stops to get through. Things already door to door. Major playoff implications tonight. That is correct.
A good commanding lead for Parley. That 17 machine off to an early lead. That whole hornet's nest of cars right behind him. Got Showstopper, the 77-51, I think is Crimson Sky. He's in a battle with him right now. Chasing down the number 21 of Hollywood. Coming in as one of the favorites. As the two-time champion, looking to go for 3 in a row. Currently running in that 5th spot, chasing down that number 31 leaf filter car. Who's following another championship contender and kill it like Jason in that number 23 McDonald's Toyota. And Hollywood's going to give that 31 a push. Showstopper follows him. Going to try to gang up on Jason into turn 3. That is for the 4th spot. Going to slide him up, clear him out of 4. He does. And takes that 4th spot with authority. Hollywood on the move early. That 31 is OGR Corey.
That's right. Hollywood, big move there. He did start in 5th, moves up to 4th here. He's following right behind that 31, tucked in there real nicely and got around that 23 car of Jason, as you said, championship contender. Now, Showstopper coming up through here, using the bottom part of the racetrack pretty heavily, I had noticed. We'll try to get up here onto him. Now, he dropped back just a tad here off the restart, or to the start of this race, rather. But still right there is the diamond formation ahead of him. They're 2nd through 4th or 5th place, rather. Oh, the 31 couldn't really choose a spot.
The battle for the lead is starting to heat up. OGR Corey and that 31 with help from Hollywood into turn 3 to get around the number 17 of Parley. Hollywood looking to make it 3 wide on them both. Corey clears them there. Got 3 rows of 2 here at the front. Jason on the outside pushing Kenrod in that number 8 car. And Corey with a big send into turn 1. He's going to clear Parley this time for the lead. He's not in the championship battle, but that don't mean nothing to him. The rest of these cars are here to try to win this race. And that's what Corey's trying to do.
That's right. Guys are out here for the glory to win. What will probably be the last Heat 5 race here for Ruthless Racing.
Hollywood.
Hollywood early pit stop. 24 G-Dog will go down with him as well. That'll move Corey right there out to the lead, having the 17 of Parley right there behind him. We have a slew of race cars here around the top 5 that are battling to be in said top 5 right there, around with Kenrod. Kenrod dropped back from the front point of this race. He was in second place when we started. Now he's back here battling for the 12 with the 12 of
Ooh.
Sir Gillian's a little loose there off turn number 4 for most of these guys, but we get back to mostly single file order. Most guys choosing the top side entry of the racetrack here, choosing to stay off that different angled bottom. That's sort of what we see here at Homestead-Miami. Down next to that apron line, the transition of the racetrack kind of changes in these corners, so it can get that nose loose and put the rear end around for you here as you're going around these corners here.
We got a switch up at the front. It's Showstopper, putting a stop to the show on everybody. Kill it like Jason got up to second place as he loses some momentum out of 4. Parley looked like he was trying to take a swing on OGR Corey, and that was for the lead. Oh, and Kenrod in trouble in that 8 car. He's going to lose some ground. Hollywood, who had just come out of the pits, got a little bit of contact between him and the 8. They got it sorted out, so no caution, no big deal there. They got it all under control. Excellent job there.
And what a move by Hollywood there on that pit stop to come back out with the group here. He's going to have that air, and, he's already made 1 of 2 pit stops, so he's right back with the pack here. He'll be able to pass all these guys right within positioning to get his lap back. I feel like once all this is said and done and the first cycle of pit stops come through, we could possibly see that 21 way out ahead with sort of any strategy in his pocket to use.
Yeah, and Hollywood is not someone I would put past him to go against the grain on strategy. He's kind of done this before in races that I've seen. And Jason's on the
big
wall!
wreck.
He hits it hard, and around he goes! Big wreck on the front stretch. Got Kenrod, you got Viper involved. The 99, the 20, NASCAR Rillo involved. Massive crash.
Now, surprisingly, this is going to have to bring out the manual caution. That did not bring out an in-game caution.
They're doing it to the line. Showstopper and Parley. With a push from Corey on both sides, Showstopper is going to lead them to the yellow.
Now, that battle for second, that'll have to be a discrepancy between the drivers. I could not tell who got that.
I think Corey got it.
It was close.
Pretty close, but I think the 31 got it.
Yeah, I think Corey was just a tad ahead of that 17.
You got Sir Gillian's in that number 12 Menards Penske car in 4th. Ooh, some contact under yellow.
See how this goes. Now, G-Dog and Hollywood have made pit stops. Now, this will put lap down. Now, we need to find Hollywood. I think he'll get to go around. Here he goes.
Yeah, and Hollywood was not planning on that yellow to come out.
No, he was not.
He made that early. Or G-Dog, I think G-Dog was also on that same strategy.
Right. Now, G-Dog, if everyone else pits, which they should, he will have the option to stay out. And he should still be good to where they're still going to need 1 pit stop here. We are looking at 27 laps remaining. I think he would be fine to go around and just not pit this cycle right here. I mean, he just came out not long ago, so he would be able to get his lap back here. That would be the option I'd choose if I was a 24 team.
And while we're under yellow, I'm looking back on the live feed to see what caused that caution. Because Jason was running in the top 5, or just about, and that top 4 was kind of breaking away from him and the rest of the pack, and he just kind of lost it on his own. I don't know if the 5 of Viper got into the back of him, but from the live feed it doesn't look like he did. And, these cars do get really light exiting the turns here at Homestead, so you're always kind of hoping that you can catch it. And sometimes if you don't, it'll just snap around, and I think that's exactly what happened to Jason.
Yeah, easy done, and he for sure.
But the good news for him, it's only stage 1. He's still going to be on the lead lap. He'll have plenty of time to fix the damage. He'll lose some track position now, but he'll be able to gain that back later on.
Oh yeah, just stage 1. I mean, you have to get through another pit stop as well in this stage. There's going to be about 25, 24 to go whenever we get back green. So you sort of, I guess, could split this stage right in half at that point if it stays green. I think that would be sort of the option. With how the fuel burns here, it's a little different. You go in, it might say you're getting 12, but you're really getting about 10. So that's something else these guys have got to keep an eye on.
The race off pit road showstopper retains the lead. Parley and Corey look like they kind of swapped hands for second. Crimson Sky in the 51 gets ahead of Sir Gillians for that fourth position. And looking for Kill It Like Jason. He's going to drop to just about near the back of the line. Now, luckily for him, he wasn't the only car to be involved in that wreck. So a lot of cars on pit road had to fix damage. So he isn't really going to lose too many spots from it.
Triton Hollywood, he got the free pass. I wonder if the 24 stayed out. I forgot to look. We'll choose
Yeah, I don't think
now.
anyone stayed out from the looks of it.
When we get back green, we will have 24 laps remaining here in stage number 1. Surprisingly, the game did not throw a caution there. That was a pretty big wreck.
Oh, with this game, I'm not surprised at all. You can have the car down to the apron, they'll throw a yellow for it, but there's an explosion out of 4, they'll be like, nah, we're good.
Wave around can pit, or free pass can pit. Wave around cannot pit. All right, so Showstopper is going to be on the point with Parley. Got Crimson there. Corey in that 31 up there in 4th. 5th will belong to the 22 of D-Dubs as we will get going through the SKU car restart zone for the for the first time here in this race, a restart. One, two, three. Right in line as we get going here on this restart through 3 and 4. 31 of Corey right there is trying to catch back up to that draft. Sir Gillian's right there in that top 5. Look, right behind him is Shepard, the vet, right there in 6th position, but has a crew of people coming up through the inside. It'll be Kenrod diving down in front of D-Dubs trying to get things done. Hollywood right there hanging on to that air off the 48. It's going to have a run up here on the high side as long as he can keep it out of the wall. Good side draft here out of the 8. We have a dive move up here up front. That'll be Corey trying to make a move on Crimson Sky for 3rd. Not going to have room for the slide job, but we'll grab some side draft as he slides up the track. Able to get some room there in front of Crimson. Maybe a little help there to the 31 from the 51. D-Dub started up there in 4th or 5th on this restart and has dropped back significantly, but he's battling there on the low side. Hollywood trying to make some moves up through here as he finds himself around 7th position, now battling the 48 of Shepard. He's got Kenrod right there in tow with him on the low side. Ooh, looks like I think Crimson maybe got sort of out of whack up there. That's going to allow Gillians to move on up in there in the 4th position now. 12th car looking dangerous here for Team Penske early on here at Miami. Door-to-door action between Hollywood and Shepard now here at Miami. And this has been some pretty good racing so far here in the final ride. Right off into the Homestead.
Ooh, in the wall, Shepard.
Ooh.
99 down to the apron. Another close call for the rest of the pack as everyone gets through, but tough break for that 48 car, who is running at about 6th or 7th, and he's going to drop all the way to the outside of the top 10. As Hollywood gets around the 5. You know, Hollywood was well, one of the two cars that pitted before the caution had to take the lucky dog. If he did, I don't know if he is fully on the lead lap yet or not because I don't have a stream up. But
I think he
if
is.
if he is on a mission right now to get back to where he was, and he's got a really fast race car to prove that. Just needs a little bit of that draft from Crimson Sky, as that whole top 5 line's going to the outside. Hollywood kind of goes opposite. He's going to run the middle. And it's worked very well for him. He's got help from Viper in the 5. He's going to push him along down the straightaway. I mean, 2 different teams working together. The 5 for Hendrick. I mean, Viper wants to be in this mix too, so he'll get the help he can get from Hollywood.
Battle for the lead. Oh, Hollywood got loose
Ooh,
back there.
Oh, Parley, hang on to it! As he slides down to the apron, hangs onto it, keeps it straight, keeps it into second. OGR Corey in that 31 has the lead for now, but Parley already fighting back on the inside. Clear out of 2. It's Gillian's in third, Showstopper back into 4th position. Parley takes another dive at it to the inside. And this is the interesting I've kind of noticed with the next-gen car racing here. And in the past, with the old Gen 6, the top lane wasn't as effective as the bottom lane. But the amount of downforce these cars have and just how well they kind of handle on these mile-and-a-half tracks, the top lane has become more of an option than it used to be. And we're seeing that right now with just about the entire line of cars in the top 5 or 6 run all the way up against the wall. And that's kind of how Homestead should be, is both lanes at work, especially that top lane. Gillians and Corey side by side for second. They're trying one by one, trying to make the inside lane work. Dive from Corey on Parley into turn 1. That was kind of a late move, but this 31's come to play tonight. And a good line through that section of the track goes Corey, but he's not going to have the help, unfortunately. Showstopper giving the shove to Parley down the straightaway and keep him in front.
Oh, contact between Gillians and Showstopper. Up into the wall goes the 77. Gillians has to let out of it. It's got him 4 wide going into turn number 1.
4 wide down the straightaway.
Ooh. They figured it out, though. Got 2 by 2 going into turn number 1 and 2. 77, a Showstopper back on the mission. Goes back to the inside up here ahead of, I believe that was Crimson. Yes, Crimson.
And if you're a Showstopper, that's got to be something you got to brush off and try to regain focus as you're trying to get back to the front. Now, again, it's still a long race. We still got 2 more stages left. But it's kind of easy to get flustered in the moment when something doesn't go your way like that, as he kind of makes contact with the wall. He seems like he's got a quick enough car right now, and also a big cast of support behind him with, you know, Viper, Crimson, and Sir Gillian's all helping him out, trying to push him forward. And this will benefit all of these guys, and even further as the leaders continue to battle it out. Parley and Corey have been at each other's throats since the drop of the green. Neither one of them had let off for this lead whatsoever. And if I'm that 17 of Parley, I gotta keep the focus in mind, because you're not racing Corey for the championship. So don't take any unnecessary risks. Yeah, the win's nice, but this 31, he is not in the championship fight. He wants to win this race for himself. But if you're Parley, you're thinking big picture. You gotta make sure you keep reminding yourself that. So that way you can keep yourself alive in the fight. Make sure you don't push it too hard for something that could be unnecessary.
Yeah, these guys have been door to door here for the last 3 or 4 laps. Neither one really giving up. Slide job possibly? Oh, not clear. Going to remain door to door here down the back stretch again. Now these guys behind them have started to realize, hey, we need to get it together, get in the line here. Those guys are fighting. Had they been working together now, they could have possibly ran away from this group just a tad. We still do have 1 pit stop to go.
Whoa! Bit of a scare. Looked like the 12 and the 5 might have got loose out of 4, as that line kind of gets dislodged and separated up a bit. Showstopper's gotten away from them, and I think we're starting to see just how good of a car that 77 is he got himself separated from the cars behind him, and he is closed in slowly but surely on the top two, and I think the top two cars are finally starting to realize, hey, we're slowing each other down, battling each other, and for what? Let's maybe cut that out and actually try to work together here. And in
Yeah.
Parley's best interest, I would have probably tried to do that sooner. And I think they were both probably thinking, what the hell? Why are we racing each other so hard?
Yeah, I didn't really agree with that myself. Like I said, those guys behind them, they really kind of put it together until those two got loose. But yeah, Showstopper now sort of in that little bit of a no man's land. It looked like he was gaining on those guys, but once they got it back put together, he started to lose them. There's goes, I believe, Hollywood down pit road.
Hollywood, Jason, Shepard, a few other cars.
Ooh.
Oh, D-Dubs has crashed onto the concrete cones. Believe it or not, those things cannot move, and he's managed to hit it, as he's got front end damage on that Pennzoil Ford. Yeah, I hit those things. The last race I ran at Homestead, I did the exact same thing. Yeah, those things are not cones. They're not cones. And the leader's pitting here, all four of them. Crimson Sky with an entry. We got all sorts of car sides. Sir Gillian's up against the banking. Couldn't see what happened there. I think he might have missed the entry there, but he was able to get it back down. I'm curious to see if the 51's pit entry speed will hold up, because he gained a lot of time on the top three.
I will say Crimson does practice pitting quite a bit. So
yeah, that's good. I think some guys need to practice that more, because it can really make or break your race. You'd be surprised just how much time you can gain or lose just on pit road entry alone. And on your outlap too. Even on exit it can help you a bit. And the race off pit road.
51's
Good
there.
stop for the 17 of Harley.
Yeah, Parley's going to come out there real nice, and the 21's coming up as well. Right there is Hollywood, full head of steam. And now he'll challenge the 17. Can he get clear here on exit? Not going to be able to do it. I think Parley, with that fresher tire, is going to be the one to sort of get ahead here. And I think if you're Hollywood, that's what you want. I want you to just get ahead of me. Let me drive behind you. Let me save my one lap worst tire. And we'll just kind of try to work together here, get out here for a stage one finish. But yeah, right now looking good. Got a couple pairs just stuck together. Looks like
So is anyone in this race streaming right now, and where can I find them?
Kenrod. It's called Kenrod's Guns and Gear, but it's an ampersand.
Alright, found it. That's a hell of a name.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like, trying to see where OGR Corey is, but I think he's currently scored as the leader right now.
He is still out there.
I can't remember if he pitted with the rest of the group or not.
Now he has Jason behind him, like right behind him. Not sure if Jason has ran into trouble or not. We got 14 guys. I can see back to 11th. That's Sir Gillian's. He is on the back stretch. Corey is on the front stretch.
And Jason's gonna have Parley and Hollywood in his mirror. And they're both gonna get larger in his mirror because they are closing on him pretty quickly.
Thanks everybody tuning in. Stage number 1 here of the Ruthless Championship. See who will it be. Corey trying to win this thing. Now I'm not sure exactly. I'm not sure if he's pit yet. I think he had to have. Maybe took right side tires. Something. Only 3 laps remain here in the stage, so that's possibly what we see here out of 31. Possibly took maybe even no tires. What we see out of 31. I believe that's Parley and Hollywood chasing him down for this stage win. So let's see if they're able to get there. 2 to go. Here in stage number 1, can it be Corey? Spoil the championship for his hopes of clean sweeping the Homestead race. There's a pair of them there, Parley and Hollywood, working together to catch that 31 of Corey right there in the front. Now, he had to take right sides or something here. It wasn't a fuel game that he's played. But you can see those guys are getting up on him fast. 1 to go now in stage number 1. Can the 17 and the 21 teammates, mind you, catch this 31 for some stage points? Once again, thanks to everybody tuning in. Please hit that like button. Last half lap of stage number 1. Here it is. Now battling back there's the championship 4 drivers of Hollywood and Parley. They just kind of gave up on it. They weren't going to catch Corey here for this stage 1 victory. And that'll be Corey victorious, stage number 1 here in the final race at Homestead. Parley second, Hollywood third. As we wait for the final results here from our 8 car. All right, so Corey, Parley, Hollywood, Jason, Showstopper, top 5, Crimson, Kinrod, Viper, Nascarillo, and Shepard, your top 10. All right, through 1 stage here at Homestead-Miami. Pit stops, stage break brought to you by West Higgins ORV. Restart will be brought to you by Skew Car. Timmy, through stage 1, how we feeling?
Pretty amped up. Many of these guys are pretty amped up because you just got to feel for how your car's going to drive, whether in clean air or traffic. And you kind of know what changes you're going to want to make later in the race, or if you feel like your car's pretty good and you leave it alone. Kind of know who's where, pretty much as. Ooh, we got a shake-up on the front row. I think Parley's crew beat out Corey.
Here we go. Stage 2 restart brought to you by Skew Car, Parley, and Corey, followed by Hollywood, the Big Mac of Jason, and Showstopper in 5th. This is stage number 2. This is where you figure it out. This is where your car comes in or goes out. This is where these adjustments are going to come in on these 2 pit stops through this stage, depending on any cautions, that is. But Hollywood quickly out to the front. As he says in the chat just now, I understand it now. And now the 21's up there.
I think he does.
I think he does understand it now. 3 wide are we?
Look at how much speed that outside lane has as Parley just gassed up in the middle. Contact between the 21 and the 31. Now they're 4 wide for second place. Oh my god. That's going to move Crimson Sky and that 51 car up in a P2. Showstopper's going to try to push him along. We got a wreck at the back. Rillo's around and a couple others.
Oh, that's
going to be a yellow for sure. Shepard. Looked like D-Dubs in the 22 might have been in it as well.
All right, so all that excitement there on the stage 2 restart wreck happens in the back. Guys up here fighting for that top 5. There was some contact there, and then the wreck happened back there, so that was kind of crazy. Yeah, 22 and the 99, definitely a part of that one. Just some tight racing around from everybody. I think Nascarillo, even as you mentioned, got a part of that one. But, man, what some excitement there that it was. In this stage, I don't think they met the threshold there. We'll see on the restart if it'll be 1 lap. 34 laps or 34 laps or less would be 1 pit stop. So it could be really close. We could see some guys have to play a little bit of a fuel game here possibly.
Oh, we got an update from Hollywood. He said, never mind. Now it's D-Dub in the 22, who was involved in that caution, actually stayed out under the yellow to take track position away from these leaders. They were even with Parley into turn 1. He kind of gets ahead on the bottom lane. He's going to try to get some help from Crimson Sky. Neither him or Showstopper want to go with him. I think they're going to try to get around him. But Showstopper actually going to try to use the 22 to his advantage into turn 3. D-Dub's trying to hold the car down as best he can as there's some contact right behind him and right next to him. And he's going to get out of harm's way as the leaders still run 3 wide. Jason dives it down past Parley for the lead. And we have another shakeup at the top of the totem pole.
That's right, and things are still dicey back there around 5th position as we get in contact with Showstopper there in that 77. We'll look at his point of view here with all that happening around him. Hollywood finally decides to go up to that high line, try to get some of that draft off of those guys, but now no, still door-to-door for the lead and 4th position here. Jason and Corey both out here trying to make things difficult from the inside line. Gillians finds himself back up here right on the quarter panel of that 21 back there.
Parley!
Oh, contact.
Big wreck!
Oh, huge wreck. Cars everywhere.
Massive.
It is
There's an
Beyblades on the
explosion.
backstretch of Homestead-Miami.
A bomb just got detonated in turn 2. That was the entire field.
That was insanity.
I trying to figure out where that was starting because I was watching the 31 of Corey put a massive slide job onto Parley, and that kind of checked up that outside line. Kind of forced Parley's hand. I don't know if that got him out of shape. Next thing you know, because I switched over to Jason's camera, next thing I know, the 17 car was sideways, and then boom, everyone's around. Try to get a look at that here. Yeah, Parley just kind of tapped the wall after he got cleared and came back down in front of traffic. Bunched up the 5 of Viper. Jason was all the way down to the inside. I think Hollywood might have got a piece of that. As we're bunching them back up for yet another restart in stage 2.
That's right. Caution pit stops brought to you by West Higgins ORV. Skew car with the restart. And Corey with the point for this restart here in stage number 2. Still 1 pit stop to get through this stage. If we stay green, 26 laps remain from the restart here.
That shuffled up the running order. Shepard in the 48 is going to now challenge for P2. Or at least, he still might. Inside, he's going to send it down in there. Parley not happy with Corey, I don't think. As he tried to give him a little bit of nudge into 3. Ooh. Jason in the middle again with Rillo in the 20.
Oh.
And we got more cars sideways. The 99 all the way to the back. And the 77 a showstopper. Our championship 4 contestant now outside of the top 10.
Everybody survives, though, for the most part. And I don't think no serious damage there. So proven restarts have been crazy.
Hollywood's looking at peaking.
Oh.
At least he did for a moment. Try to get to his camera here. He's following Jason. Oh, Gillian's in the wall behind him. Checks up Crimson, Rilla, and all those guys. That's going to get some separation for the top 5 or 6. They're going to break away from the rest of the pack.
Ooh,
Hollywood is sit and duck trying to make that inside lane work, and that's really tough to do when you're the only car down there.
Yeah, everybody really staying up to the high side here. Only a few, kind of a split between the top 6, between what they want to do there on entry and exit. Oh, somebody gets broke loose back there. Maybe Kenrod, yeah, it was. Oh, he doesn't save it. Oh, he collects the 99 hard into the wall there. Now, I don't know if that's going to bring out a caution or not.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Okay. So there's another caution. It's going to be another restart for us. I saw Kenrod lose it back there.
I think we got a new leader as the caution came out. Viper in the 5 might have took it over just at the bell. We'll have to see if it stands there, or we might get some mix-ups on the pit stop again. I mean, I don't know. If it doesn't change, could be another new leader.
So I think this is still going to leave us with that pit stop. All right, so stage 2 kind of a little crazy since everybody's gotten the race cars tuned in a little bit. Viper up there won't hold on to it off of pit road. Corey will as we go through the SKU car restart zone once again here in stage number 2. And we are back off here at Homestead-Miami in your Heat 5, the final ride. Or the last ride. I forget what we called it. Now, Corey, a strong favorite to win this race. Parley been buried right into the rear end of him as well. Oh, as the 5 goes down, Viper's trying to make his presence be known here at Homestead. He is making things tight for contention right there in second place.
And Parley's still in a favorable spot right now regarding the championship, but not comfortable as Jason is now hogging his mirror. As Viper is going to try to take back that line in third place. Jason's going to go to the inside, side drafts him a bit. Going to try to clear him into 3. He doesn't have enough room to clear up. 5's going to get the momentum here to get back around the 23, and he will. But now the 23 needs to get back in line before Shepard gets there. He does. And Shepard was kind enough to let him in if it wasn't going to work out. Now Shepard in 5th, Rillo 6th. Rillo's getting around Hollywood, who has been kind of in the middle through much of this run. You know, kind of since the explosion got detonated into turn 2, Hollywood hasn't really been much up in the front since then.
That's true.
And you got Showstopper and the 77 who also kind of fell back after a slip up between him and a couple other cars. He's trying to get back forward here as he is kind of at the tail end of the top 10. I can't fully tell where he's running, but he is kind of towards the back of the line. He's in the wall. Don't do that. Can't let things get bad to worse here as the 77 lost a little bit of momentum from that wall contact. Can't be letting that happen again as Kill It Like Jason has gotten around Parley for the championship spot. He wants more as he makes contact with OTR Corey down the straightaway. This is for the lead, folks.
Jason playing no games. He's been that sneaky guy. I said at the beginning of the race, this track kind of plays into his racing style. He's going to have to make pit stops. Oh,
More
most likely.
again.
Oh, I can't believe Corey was able to hang on to it there. He was getting all sorts of sideways down the backstretch as they were going into turn number 3. But Jason able to claim sole position of the lead here. The 5 down on the inside of Viper. He's got some supporting cast in Hollywood in the 21 as they go down into turn number 1. But Jason smartly takes away that inside line for a moment. He's going to give the 5 the pull to try to pull the slide job there on the 31, not able to do it. Contesting strongly on the low side, Hollywood been trying to make that work for most of this run here in stage 2. Finally got a partner to go down there with them, and it's looking pretty good so far as long as that 5 keeps the side draft. Hollywood going down for that last pit stop here in stage number 2 as the lead goes to 3 wide, crossing the line here in stage number 2. Smartly dropping back out of it, though, there was the 5 of Viper, but Corey and Jason still fighting hard for that number 1 spot here in about the middle of stage number 2. I mean, to Corey, this means nothing. To the 23 and the 17, this is a championship. And if I'm those two guys, I'm not going to challenge somebody as wild as the 31. And I mean, he's got a rocket underneath his hind end here at Miami.
Showstopper on pit road. 77 separates from the pack. He's going to be on pit road. The 21 of Hollywood's coming out of pit road. Yeah, talking about that 3 wide battle, Corey was the one going to thread the needle. In fact, he was the one that got forced into it because Parley's like, yeah, you take the bait. As he kind of pushed him down in the middle.
22 problems off pit road.
In charge in that McDonald's Toyota.
Look who comes off pit road in the group again.
Oh, but he makes contact with Rillo.
That's not good.
He's going to have, assuming he took tires, he's going to have the advantage right now over the rest of the field, and it helps to be in the draft to kind of speed things up a little bit. But with how they're racing right now, I don't know how much faster they're really going. Oh, Jason! Looks like he got in the wall out of 2. And it's Jason and Parley running 1-2 again, just like we saw early in the race. Oh, God, now they're getting really hectic back there.
5?
Rillo,
Oh,
Hollywood.
goodness.
Can we get 5? Are you guys out of your mind? We almost got it. As Ken, Rod, and Crimson are on pit road now. Battle for the lead again between the 17 and 31. It just never ends between those two. Parley's probably thinking about filing a restraining order on that 31 after the race with how much he's had to deal with them all night.
I'm telling you, I mean, I mentioned it. If you're fighting for this championship and you know your car is second best to him, why fight that man, you know? Like, oh,
yeah, he
Parley.
Oh, that didn't look good.
That
looked
did
too
not
quick.
look good. Have to keep an eye on that 17, see how long he's in pit road. Kenrod's coming out. This is a good pit stop for Crimson and Kenrod as well. As long as they can get up into this pack, that'll be a good pit stop for them as well. Now, Hollywood, he's in the best seat of the house, I do believe. 31 of Corey possibly going to go down pit road here. Parley.
Oh, no, it was a splash and go for Parley. It was all good.
Yeah, I think he's all good, yeah.
What a stop.
Man, he had
And the 12 car. Gillian's did the same thing, it looks like. Oh, but he's in the grass. Gillian's now is not the time to get in the lawn care.
No, Gillian's is up into the wall out of pit road. Barely missing some competitors as they drove by. And that was a near disaster here under caution, or under green flag pit stops, rather. Sorry, almost a caution that was. That was
I think
crazy.
Rillo and Kenrod are going to need a change of pants after that one.
Oh, certainly bring somebody their brown pants. That was tough. Now look up here, we got Hollywood. He is just trying to get his lap back the hard way.
Corey coming out, 31 car, going to merge back in. Parley's going to get ahead of him.
Now, if you come back out with the pack, that's a good pit stop. That's what you need. Now, Hollywood is not in as good a position as he once was. He's been out here for a little bit. I mean, all these guys did splash and go, but nonetheless, they are still close to him. And all these other guys right here around him, Shepard, the 5, the 23, they're all going to have to pit. So,
yeah.
They're going to have that lap buffer, but that's it.
As it stands, this is for the lead between Viper and Shepard, the 200 cars. As Viper looks like he's going to come in this time as he lets off, stays low. And yep, he will get his service now as Hollywood, who already made a stop, is going to close in on Shepard for the lead. He's got Jason and Parley, the 2 cars he's trying to race for the championship right now, following his tire tracks.
If I'm Shepard, I got to get down pit road right now. I mean, your buffer of a lap between these guys is over. I mean, they're right here. So you got to find a good spot to get down pit road and just get that splash.
He's going to have to do it next time because
There goes
Hollywood's
Jason.
on his inside. Jason in. Hollywood, aggressive side draft onto Shepard.
Yeah, see, now you've whisked away your only, I guess, advantage over these guys, which is that lap. Now, Jason Wisely, as they were there racing with him, he went down pit road. Now, we're going to watch for that 23 because he needs to come back out clean as a whistle to get back with these guys. I mean, that's...
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Parley and Hollywood hit pretty hard out of 4.
Oh!
Hollywood's around. Oh, he's drifting on the paint.
He saved
Oh,
it.
God. Yeah, but all that time lost.
Good thing it's only stage 2. Here comes Jason. He's right there.
Yeah, not a deal breaker yet for him. Now Jason coming out. He's going to merge behind the 31. 31 trying to close back in on Parley, trying to let him know, hey, I'm not done with him yet.
That's right.
Parley's hoping he doesn't quite get to him. Actually, I think he hopes that he stays ahead of the 23. Gives him that cushion, because that's who he's really racing right now for that title.
Certainly. Now, right here, look at this. Shepard going to come out with the lead.
That's a maneuver to the inside as Shepard was in the middle. Oh, and he hits the wall. He's up against the wall. That's not what he wanted. And that was going to work out so well for Shepard.
It was.
I mean, it still could. I mean, if he can get a touch of the draft here, I think Kenrod, Crimson, they're going to get by. He might have a faster car at this point. I'm not entirely sure, but what could have been if he kept it off the wall? He would have been right there with the top three.
It's a good one for Shepard to keep in his pocket for later, though. He knows that worked this time around. And you see the early and the late sort of work against one another with the pit stops. Everybody's sort of on the same tires. I think everybody just sort of took fuel and went. Thanks everybody tuning in. Please hit that like button for us. It's much appreciated, along with your viewing. And this is stage number 2. It's a battle for first between the 31 and the 17. Timmy mentioned it. Restraining order possibly going to be filed tomorrow morning between the 31 and the 17. It was some contact.
Didn't really affect him that bad, though.
Nope, this is allowed Jason, though, to get some momentum.
And that was for the stage. Parley hangs on.
That's right, it was. Parley able to get the stage win. That was tight between the 23 and the 31, but I believe he was able to get it. The 31 of Corey, he did. Jason, Kenrod, and then Shepard, your top 5. Shepard had a real shot there at winning that stage had he not hit the wall. Crimson pulls in 6th position, along with Rillo 7th, Viper 8th. Hollywood finally slid back into 9th place, with Showstopper finishing 10th. All your championship contenders were in the top 10, but some of them too far down at this point in this race. I mean, now track position here on the Stage 3 restart. This is where it all comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. Burnout rule will be in effect. I think we're looking at 53 laps. I think it's 2 pit stops still, 3 really long runs for us.
And you got a situation where you kind of have a pair of championship guys bookending both ends of the top 10 with 2 of them up at the front and 2 of them near the back of the top 10. And if I'm Hollywood and Showstopper, now would probably be a good time to maybe work together and get back up there.
That's right, as we're off for stage number 3. Parley on the point as he started this race. He will be there for the start of the last stage of Homestead-Miami. It is the last ride on Heat 5. Appreciate everybody who's watching, been a part of this whole journey, as it's been 5 crazy seasons. Will it be a three-peat for the 21, or will we have a new champion over here in the Ruthless Racing Pro Series? It all comes down to these last 50-some laps.
Yeah, it's 52 is the stage length here.
There you go.
How about this run from Kenrod, though? Got a really good stop to get himself up into 4th, and he's able to stay there on this restart.
I mean, you sort of figured he was going to have a good car run coming in here. Started on that 2nd position for this whole thing. So I think he just had a sort of a bad stage 1, and I think he's got her dialed in now. I think he understands
Ooh, Crimson's
now.
in the wall. Rillo and him made contact. Viper backs out of it. Hollywood, being a daredevil, he's going to go through the middle. He's not lifting for nobody. And this could work out for him. Just needs to clear the 51 and the 5. He's going to try to get Corey's draft. It's not close enough for him to do anything, though. He gets around Viper, but needs to get around the 51 if he wants to get into this top 5. Ooh, Kenrod checks up in front of him. Oh, and they're all scattering right around him. Still nothing. Crimson, Rillo, Viper, Showstopper are all ganging up on this 21 who is in the eye of the storm right now.
Now, right there, you can see them sort of look like the Navy Blue Angels with the way they're racing these race cars in formation as they go down into 3 and 4. It is a sharp battle for the top 5 right now. You got 5 cars battling for 5th position. Top 4 just trying to run away. Kenrod playing anchor there in 4th. The 5 of Viper, he's been dangerous here in the back half of this race. Sitting there right now trying to control 5th position. Hollywood goes back to the high side, tries to work with the man Crimson there in the 51. Things look good. Oh, a little loose there, maybe the 21 Rillo right there in tow, but side draft just too much. It's going to keep these guys together as they go down into 3 and 4 again. Door to door And I feel like this is what we're going to see unless something happens to that 5 and 77 down there. A little loose maybe this time down on the inside. It's real dangerous here at Miami to exit turn 4 down there on the low side. See a little bit of separation here. Hollywood's starting to get the air of that top 4. Possibly going to help him here. Give Crimson a shot to get behind him, and he does. Rillo might have been there. Forced Crimson back out to the inside of the racetrack there. Hollywood wasting no time with this top 4. Right down to the inside on the 8 car. Up to the high side goes Kinrod, almost into the wall. Slide job complete. No, not clear just yet. Kinrod maybe gracious on the gas pedal there. Allows Hollywood into 4th position. Corey back down into the inside of the 17. This has been a battle all night long between those two guys, but Jason right there smack dab in the middle.
Look at this run. Look at this run Hollywood's going to have here. Just got to the bumper of Corey, but it looked like he was going to have a huge run coming out of 4 as he was able to get away from the Hornet's nest behind him. Crimson Sky kind of laid out the red carpet to give him the top lane. And he's been picking and choosing his battles. I think Hollywood I was wondering if he was starting to feel the pressure a little bit running back there, but I think he knows exactly how things are playing out right now. As it looked like Viper hit the wall right behind him. And he's gonna drop all the way to the back of the line. Ooh, Hollywood and Corey made a little tap between doors in the front straightaway, as he's going to try to get 3rd from the 31. And that'll be 3 of our 4 championship contenders at the front of the field. With Parley leading Jason and Hollywood, Showstopper trying not to be late to the party. He's still got a few cars in between him if he wants to be up there. He's trying to side draft the 48 of Shepard. He needs to get up there as quickly as he can if he wants to be a part of this battle.
That's right. Got 42 laps remaining right now, so we're 10 laps into this run. There's been a lot of action going on. Now guys are starting to understand it now. They're starting to get in
Shepard
line.
let him in.
Some of these guys have been gracious with the positioning here. I feel like a lot of guys lifting out of that gas pedal. These guys are, we got the 5 back there sort of out of whack once again, unfortunately. But these guys are well aware what these other 4 drivers are going for tonight. So, I feel like unless you're sort of in the 31 shoes, you kind of be a little lenient to these guys, maybe just a tad. But like when you're Corey, you're going for the lead. I mean, that's a little different. There's something on the line for both you guys at that point. So that's sort of a different situation. But right now, championship 4, all up in this front line. Showstopper needs to get around 2 more drivers, and our top 4 will belong to the championship 4. And it's just weird how sometimes that just seems to happen in stage 3.
You know how I know that things are really down to the wire? Things have calmed down. Everyone's afraid to, if they push too hard now, that they might have taken away their shot at the championship. So things are, as they say that, they go double wide. But, and Showstopper, who has gotten around Rillo and Corey, needed to get back up there, and he has. And he's going to go for bonus points as he's going to try to get side by side with Hollywood for P3. Corey's going to give him a huge push, and I believe those 2 are teammates for the Trackhouse team, if I'm not mistaken, so he's going to help him out.
That's right.
Try to make up some ground on the inside. He's the only one down there. Lone Soldier, standing strong. Showstopper getting a push from Corey again, trying to keep him afloat. But he's going to go back to the top because he sees that's where the speed is right now. Going to try to hook up with Hollywood. Now there's a bit of an open gap between him and Jason. And there you go. The top 4 running 1, 2, 3, 4 in the final stage. And with still plenty of laps left to go, as now they're 2 by 2. And I believe we still got pit stops underway here in at least a few laps. Should be about between now or maybe 5 more laps from now. We should see these leaders on pit road for whatever amount of pit stops they need to make for this final stage. Sorry, I forgot.
Right, so 2 stops this stage, and it's going to be pretty close. 52 laps, 17 laps to tank. You know, you get 17 laps, then another 17 is going to get you to 34, and we got
trouble.
contact.
Shepard got body slammed
Oh,
from Rilla.
another-
Vipers around, and now the yellow's going to come out right before the pit stops.
So this might get rid of one.
And I was just watching that unfold. I was watching the 20 Arillo, who was kind of tight in the middle. He was just about to hit the wall, and as he did that, it looked like him and Shepard just met in the middle, and both their cars collided. And classic NASCAR heat physics, when these two cars make contact with doors, they turn into beach balls. If you kind of hit in a certain way, they bounce off each other like balloons, and then they just, boom.
That do be how it happens. And, man, that probably threw a wrench in some people's strategies here, but I think this might move us one pit. And, yeah, Hollywood
just confirmed.
Yep. So one pit here from here on out. Skew car restart zone. Parley on the point with the 77 out there as well. We are back underway here in stage 3 from Homestead-Miami. It's for the Ruthless Pro Series Championship. It is right on the number too. 33 laps remaining with the burnout rule.
Ooh, Jason and Hollywood. Jason tried to get back in line behind Showstopper. He's going to have to stay low for the time being.
Ooh.
It's going to be tight between him, Hollywood, and Showstopper. Now, speaking of the 77 car, if anyone is a believer that momentum from race to race is a real thing, then the ball is in the 77's court right now, because if I'm not mistaken, he won the most recent race at Auto Club.
Oh, yeah.
To get him into this position. So if anyone has the momentum in their favor, it's Showstopper. He's taking it now. This is for the lead.
Not quite clear here, all 4. Has some help down there, but not going to be able to get up there, battling the side draft of their own, but real strong there on the low side against 2. If Parley goes down, takes away the inside line, leaving Hollywood to his own devices. On the high side, maybe a little contact. Oh, into the wall goes the 21. Everybody's going to have to dodge him down the front or back straightaway, rather. And that's going to put a dent, no pun intended, into the 21's run here. The Showstopper making moves, doing what he has to do. And unfortunately, that just involved a little bit of a ding to the 21.
And I'd say that's probably the second time this race that's happened to this 21. Oh, he got really out of shape on the bottom. That was a very weird entry. He lost even more speed than he did the lap prior. And now this uphill climb is going to get even steeper.
So far, not so good for the 21 here off of this restart.
Oh, car on the wall!
Ooh.
It's Showstopper.
Now that is getting dicey up there. Now we're right on the number here for fuel. So these guys are going to have to run about 17 laps. Go down there. It's going to be a full stop. Come back out here and just try to get it done.
Jason to 4th as Kenrod pushes his way through. Corey senses it on Parley again. Seems like that's where Corey's car seems to be really comfortable, is that hard charge entry into turn 1 and turn 3. He's going to do it again. His car's not comfortable following the car in front. He's going to go the opposite of what the other car does. Makes a little bit of contact. Oh, and Showstopper on the wall
huge
again.
wreck.
Hollywood, Jason. Oh my God.
Oh, we got Shepard flipping down the backstretch. Oh my goodness, caught the end of him flipping down the backstretch there. Huge wreck. I don't see a flag out on the stand, so this will be a manual caution this time to the line.
And Shepard wasn't the only one that was airborne. I saw Jason's car like take air basically. Like so if anyone's got a lot of damage to fix, it's going to be that 23 and with the amount of laps that are left, time's running out. Like you can only afford so many breaks in this event, but once we get closer to the end of it, you got to be in the right spot in the right moment and not have stuff like that happen, unfortunately, for both Hollywood and Jason. It's like pushing a boulder up a hill now because things just went from bad to worse for both of them. And even the 77. This is looking. I'm not counting chickens yet if I'm Parley. I'm just going to say that right now. But with the amount of cars separating him and the next championship car, it's looking pretty good for the 17 right now. So if I'm either the 77, the 23, or 21, I need to take some swings. Whatever options there are to shake things up, I take them because options are starting to run thin.
I'd say you're right on with that. This is going to still put us in one pit stop range, but this is going to put a little bit different strategy on it. I believe a little bit of a twist. Possibly could see some guys flirt with the no tires to, 2-tire strategy there. We saw Corey pull something like that in stage number 1. Now that's still on the table here for him in stage 3.
The difference is everyone's going to be bunched up here, so 2 tires or none, it's going to be really difficult to make work.
Well,
So
I mean,
I
you
think
still have
everyone's
the
gonna
final
be.
green pit stop if we make it
That's
to
true.
it.
I'm
You
just
could
saying
try
it's going to
that.
be even tougher.
Yeah, it'll certainly be difficult. I mean, I think at best you'll probably get about 7 seconds on those guys doing that. So could you hang on for 7 second gap for on 2 tires or no tires for say I'm going to say around 8 laps? That would be very difficult. We've seen that had there been another lap in that first stage, I don't believe he would have made it as quickly as Parley and Hollywood were moving up on him there. Thanks to anybody just now tuning in. This is stage number 3. We're under manual caution. Please hit that like button if you haven't done so yet. Subscribe if you're new here. Almost 2,000 of you. We need about 50 more people, I do believe. So that would be much appreciated. Yes, the last Heat 5 ride right here for us on Ruthless, but we are, all in on iRacing now. We are trying to get wait for the new NASCAR game, NASCAR 25, whenever it decides to become a thing. And also, we have GT7. Anybody interested in that? That'll be going back live at the beginning of the year on Wednesdays, as usual. Catch it right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. Also, big shout out to West Higgins ORV and Skew Car, and to Timmy for helping me out here this evening. Big appreciation to him. Makes things a little bit more exciting. And we got everybody out there in the chat as well. Much appreciated to all you guys out there watching, commenting, and making things interesting on that side of the booth. But right now we are going to go through the choose rule.
Hold on, before we do that, I just noticed that Hollywood took a second trip down pit road as, we're not ready to go green yet. They're choosing, but just thought that was interesting that Hollywood
Possibly damaged.
made a second trip down pit road. Same with the 23 of Jason.
Yeah, probably damage there as they were under caution, I would imagine. You can see a very quick pit stop there for him. Hollywood must have been bad. He was in there for a hot minute. Somebody else is in there as well. I think that might be Viper.
Yeah, Viper.
D-Dubs and
was in there.
Elvis
23.
has terminal damage this evening.
Yeah, they're going to be our 2 DNFs for the night. I wonder, because I was bringing up Hollywood here, I was wondering how much of an adjustment it was for him coming back ever since he been on iRacing these last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm sure a big swing for him here. It's probably sort of what we're seeing. I think we're going to be going green this time. That's it. Nope.
Yep.
All right. Doesn't seem like it, but it does seem like it, huh? I
Yeah,
think
they
we
are.
did. I think we did go green. All right. Back underway here in stage number 3. 23 laps remain. So there will still be that one pit stop. And that's a good possibility for someone to split this stage and possibly go with the...
Oh, Kenrod in trouble!
Huge crash
And
on the
they're around to
front
go again.
sets. Oh, my goodness. The championship contender, showstopper. It's a huge crash. And that's going to bring
Jason
out...
was in that one.
Oh, no. I think Shepard went flying again. How do you do that? He's all right,
He's
isn't he?
probably air sick now.
Cautions breed cautions.
Usually don't get that where a guy goes airborne twice in the same race. That's usually not a good thing.
No, they usually don't happen.
And for guys like Jason and Showstopper, that's going to be another trip down pit road to fix damage. Exactly what you didn't need.
Yeah, that's more positions going to be lost here for this restart. And man, these restarts since stage 2, they've been absolutely wild. Now, we had a good run going here in stage 3, and right before we get to those pit stops, we had all this breakout. Parley, though, with Crimson, Jason, Gillian's there, who broke loose in part of that, with Corey now rounding up 5th spot. Skew car restart zone back underway. And still a pit
Jason
stop.
actually restarted 3rd.
19 to go. Shep is getting his pilot license tonight. I do agree with that. Parley in control up there. 3 wide maybe for second place. And that's what they'll do.
Yeah, Jason looked like he was trying to get forceful with Crimson Sky to try to steal the spot away from him. Unfortunately, didn't quite get it, and as a result, he was able to bleed out a few more spots. So what could have been a +1 ended up being -4.
Oh!
And G-Dog, Kenrod's around again. Excuse me. Yeah, that's going to be looks like a single car incident. Unfortunate for that 8 car Kenrod, but
I think he
it
saved
looks like
it,
we're
though.
going to stay green unless they get out of shape again, as I saw another car look like hit the wall. They're 3 wide for second. It's going to be Hollywood, Sir Gillian's, and oh my god! That's going to be another wreck. Hollywood's, he's heading towards the inside wall and takes a shunt on both ends of the track.
Oh my goodness, I back up to the pack though. We are all sorts of craziness right here. I think
3 wide again.
I don't know if they're going to throw a manual or not.
Get checked up, coming to the line. They're 3 by 3.
Oh my goodness!
Showstopper's going 4. You madman! Trying to get every single position he can as the yellow is back out.
Oh my gosh! How are they going to decide?
Everyone knows where they were.
I know, man. That was 6-1.
I'm gonna start calling this one out because, well, we know Parley was leading. That one's pretty easy.
Yeah, that was a given, but
the second car is G-Dog on the lead lap.
Yeah.
He's second. Where's he been all race?
I'm telling you, him and Shepard worked up through there after that little restart we had there.
Another trip down pit road and more contact being made as they're coming down.
Now, these are competitive. You do get the spot off pit road. So, G-Dog and Shepard certainly in a good spot to come back out. They go into their box prior to most of the field here. It's going to be a good battle at that line. I'm staying on G-Dog here. Let's see how close that battle off pit road will be. Everybody down there taking the full bit. I think that will actually get us into not having to pit again. So, you might see guys not go down pit road after these cautions. And G-Dog comes out pretty good. Shepard right behind him, so he'll be a part of your top 4. 2 championship contenders are 1-2. That's Parley and Jason. Now we get.
I was gonna say, look who moved up to second.
Yeah. Now the 21, he's buried back there along with the 77. Both has had heavy damage here late in this one. But you still got Corey up there to make some noise as well.
Yeah, and it like I said earlier, time's ticking. It's running out, and if I'm in Hollywood's position, get an excavator, start digging.
That's right. That's about your only option now. Try to find China at this point. We are going to be going green this lap. Skew car restart zone will once again bring us back to green, and it's under control of Parley. The championship to be decided here at Homestead. Heat 5, the last ride. Thanks for everybody being a part of it. It is 14 laps to decide a champion. Can these guys keep it together? No cautions. It's been getting crazy off of these restarts. Back there once again around the top 5. It is crazy. There's Showstopper. There's Hollywood all up on the high side. These two are in a desperate situation. As Timmy said, get an excavator. You got to start digging. Find something to put into this race car.
Showstopper. He was the first one to make it 3 wide on the restart, and he is up like 4 or 5 spots already and counting as he's going to try to get around NASCAR Rillo in that 20 car. Oh. Tries to clear him down the straight, makes contact with him because he wasn't clear. Rillo running really good right now in the top 5, but Showstopper trying to steal that spot away as he wants to get back in the hunt. He's got Shepard and Rillo separating him from Harley and Jason, who are running 1 and 2. And Hollywood also moving forward as these two have been digging out of this hole that they keep falling into, along with the rest of the cars that have been bringing out cautions all night. As Hollywood and Showstopper make contact, Hollywood tried to force his way through a 3 wide middle. He wants a needle to oh my god, I can't talk. He's trying to get a needle to thread. Him and Showstopper kind of swing at each other again. Now Hollywood ahead of the 77 into the top 5. Like we said, digging.
Word of the day. Showstopper. Oh, Corey kind of gets bent out of shape, but he's got... What I was going to mention is
Jason
Corey
sending it on Parley. Had a nose there on the inside. Can't quite get there. The top lane is just too powerful to fend off.
Things are getting down to it, folks. This is it. This is for the Season 5 Championship, the last one on Heat 5 here in the Ruthless Racing Pro Series. There are 10 laps remaining.
Rillo into the wall, takes 4th away with authority. Had no other choice but to take that spot away with that big send that he had. Rillo's probably not too happy about it, but if I'm in his position, I'm like, look, these guys are racing for something a little bit bigger. They're going to do whatever it takes.
Shepard the vet right here in the mix of the top 4. Right there sends a Hollywood. Moves up Jason just a tad. Possibly going to get some contact with the wall here on exit. No, but Hollywood will take over 2nd place.
That's what I call the 2-for-1 special.
Right there, and Viper's going to try to make something of it right there with these guys. 5th place. Parley up there all alone in the 17.
Benjamin, you missed a lot.
You have missed quite a bit, my good sir. And Hollywood has fought from death back up to 2nd. Your back-to-back champion defending his title. This is between him and his teammate, the 17, for right now.
Oh, Kenrod and the marbles again. He straightens it up, though. We stay green.
Big battle here back there with Jason getting moved up the racetrack by the 5.
He's going to get double-teamed by the Hendrick cars. The 5 and the 48 closed in on his bumper. Showstopper trying to work with him to try to get him forward.
That's right. It is 7 to go, folks.
Right now, when you're in the pack that Showstopper's in right now, you're kind of boxed in. When you got cars inside of you, you got the wall outside of you, you got cars front to back, it's kind of hard to move forward when you're in a position like that. So you're just kind of having to go with the flow of things. Try to make some moves wherever you can. Corey and Shepard make contact. Showstopper's going to try to force his way through the middle again. Corey not having it.
6 to go.
So he's going to go to the inside instead.
Parley
For
now
him and-
has competition with the 21. Oh, Hollywood looks inside, down the back stretch. He has a group of cars fighting behind him. Not really worried about him catching up to him, I don't believe. Thanks to everyone tuning in. We're right down to it here. It is 5 to go at the line for your Season 5 Ruthless Pro Series Championship. Will it be a new guy, or will it be a three-peat? It's all on the line right here, 5 to go. Down into turn 1 goes Hollywood. Takes the lead for a brief moment. Will not be clear on the exit. The high side does have the preferred grip. I don't know, Parley didn't seem like he had the power out there, but he keeps it to the door side of Hollywood down the backstretch. Down into 3 and 4 this time. It'll be 4 to go when they hit the line. Still a big battle behind them with Viper leading the rest of the field. And now Hollywood will be clear as he gets the lead down the front stretch this time. We got people loose back here. Oh, possibly a big wreck. Jason has wrecked down the front stretch. Spins and 360 no scopes right back into position. I think that's going to end his season. Because I know.
No in-game caution, that's it. No manual cautions from here on out, that's it.
That's right. Under 5 to go. It'll be 3 to go actually this time by when they get out of 4. There is no more manual cautions under 5 to go. This is for the championship at Homestead. Thanks to everybody watching history right here. The end of Ruthless Racing on Heat 5.
In all of this final stage, Parley had all the breathing room to kind of control this race. Now he has to play offense here. What can he do to get back around the 21? He's going to stay to the outside as Hollywood's been trying to block the inside. Taking that defensive line, trying to take the airway from the 17. He overshoots it a little bit. They're catching the 23 of Jason. He's going to go to the inside, side draft.
This is a battle
Jason gets
between
out of the way.
Hollywood and the 17 of Parley. This is for it all right here. Who could be the champion door to door? It is 2 to go.
Side, where do you want to be, inside or outside? What is going to win you the championship?
For the final time here on NASCAR Heat 5 in your Ruthless Racing Pro Series. Coming out of 4, it will be at the line. 1 to go. Presented by Skew Car. Here for the Season 5 Championship. It is Parley. It is Hollywood in the 21. And they are door to door. It is for all the glory here in Season 5. Who will be your last Ruthless Heat 5 champion?
Heads up, guys, there was a big wreck at the back. Jason and a bunch of other cars just piled into each other to turn 1. That might have decided it.
That did decide it. And it is Parley with the champion. He was in the lead when the caution came out. And Parley is your Ruthless Season 5 champion. Driver of the 17 and the Penske Ford.
Oh, we might have to break down what happened there because that was brewing for a whole straightaway. When Jason and Jason was getting lapped after his championship run came to an end. Him and Showstopper looked like they might have touched quarter panels out of 4. And then him, bunch of other cars got by. I'm trying to watch from Kenrod's point of view. But Jason, OGR, Corey.
Whoa.
Oh.
I thought we were on the last lap. But we weren't. This is going to be Ruthless Overtime. Ruthless Overtime for the championship.
What is going on?
Hold on. No way. This is what we're coming down to, ladies and gentlemen. I thought we were on the last lap. I thought that ended the race. But we are in Ruthless Overtime here for the championship. What a throw of a wrench here for the ending of the Heat 5 series on NASCAR Heat 5.
Forceful with his block. Here comes Kenrod.
Kenrod in there, but Hollywood down to the inside through 3 and 4. Oh, Parley gets buried. We thought he was the champion, and now his chances are ruined. Hollywood is out front. Oh my goodness, Kenrod there looking for his win here in the Ruthless Racing Series. Also, NASCAR Realo looking for another top 3. We've got I can't even think of his name, the guy on the 12. What is going on?
Oh, and Parley's around
huge
again.
wreck back there.
They're 2 by 2 behind Hollywood. That's all he's going to need, unless Kenrod has a massive run. But him and Viper are getting into it. It's going to be a battle for second from here on out as he's in the wall.
And there she is. It's going to be all she wrote. I think Hollywood is going to hang on to be a three-peat after. I thought we was on the last lap there when that caution came out. I thought that gave Parley the win.
Unless we counted wrong, because I thought for sure that was the white flag.
I thought so too.
I'm gonna look at the replay again. No, that was 2 to go. And the in-game caution came out and gave us overtime.
What a crazy ending to that race. I couldn't have. I don't know why that happened. Some people have their thoughts on that, but yeah, that was interesting nonetheless. I think Hollywood's going to hang on for the three-peat, though. Unfortunately, Parley, man,
Sure.
he had
I'm sure
that
there's
thing.
a lot of.
That was interesting. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was some way to end that. I'm telling you, Sir Gillian's with the fastest lap there in that race. But gosh, that was something. I don't know what happened back there between some other guys or whatever, but I thought that race ended and Parley was the winner. That's my bad. It went to ruthless overtime, and Hollywood somehow hangs on for the three-peat. Hollywood, just walk us through that one, and there was a little bit of confusion there at the end with everything, but just let us know how you got her done. 3 in a row.
Yeah, that caution came out there really late. I don't really know what happened, but Parley and I were, it was setting up to be an incredible finish. I would have rather it ended like that, and if it didn't work out my way, I would have almost accepted that a little bit more than how we wanted at the end. But I don't know. It's how it goes. Racing was tough tonight. Just by everybody. There was not a lot to give out there, which is okay. It was close, hard racing. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, myself, I had to battle from the back, probably more than I've ever had to in any race. I'm not going to say that I shouldn't be sitting here because I feel like I had one of the better cars and it really turned on there at the end, but I definitely wish Parley was at least in contention there at the end. Him and Showstopper didn't take tires, and they were the only two on that restart that didn't take tires. So, pretty much that when that caution came out, when the restart was going down, they were kind of cooked, and Parley was trying to block me. He had Kenrod to the inside. I don't know. There was a couple guys I got into personally after I got wrecked, like the 4th time on that last long green flag run. But, it's for a championship. You got to get up to the front. It was nothing personal to anybody. I was just being super aggressive at that point because I didn't have the track position. But, yeah, it kind of stings to have one in that way. But it was still a good race. Me and Parley had a good battle right there at the end for a few laps. Wish it would have ended like that, but that's how it goes. So, I'll let everybody else talk, and then we'll kind of wrap it up at the end. But Kenrod's P2, Viper, who had a really fast car all night tonight, was up there the whole time. He came away with P3, and I don't see how the championship. So Jason's going to come away P2 for the championship. Showstopper gets 3rd. Parley ends up 4th. But give Kenrod and Viper their interviews first, please.
Gotcha.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Kenrod, man, driver of that 8 car. Seemed like it was a little swirly out there at some points, but nonetheless, this ruthless overtime comes together with the 2nd place finish where you get in the booth here for the last Heat 5 race for us over here in Ruthless Racing. I've known you've gotten here a few times, and You got that win at Talladega or something, right? Or am I
No,
crazy?
bro. This is I won in the Xfinity at Talladega.
Oh yeah. That's what it was. But in the Pro Series, but you
Yeah.
got in I think you've gotten another second. But nonetheless,
Oh
you've
yeah.
been in the booth with me a few times.
I've got a
But
bunch of seconds.
oh yeah. So just kind of reflect on just racing in these past seasons and maybe just walk through what the championship race was like. Seemed like since stage two, everything was kind of wild.
Bro, it's been great racing in here the last couple of seasons. I've got to know some really fast guys, and I have to say I have got more help here than anywhere that I've been and raced. Y'all don't care to help other people get fast too, man. If you earn it, uh, that's the one thing I can say about Ruthless. That's been good for me. I've got a lot faster, man, from the time that I started. Tonight, I was loose as hell the whole race, man. The first, 5, 6 laps, it was wild loose. But after that, it finally came in. Got caught up in a couple of other people's deals there. I do have to say, though, on that last restart, I really thought I had a shot to win it. When you had Parley hitting Hollywood there that little bit, though, it came down into me. And I wasn't going to just run it down in the corner and wipe Hollywood out. That's not me, and that's not how I drive. Even though I wanted to win really, really bad, and it would have been cool to have won the last one, that just ain't me, man. I had fun. Thank you all for letting me run. And that's all I got to say. Thank y'all.
Yeah, appreciate you running, and that goes to anybody who was ran. Appreciate everybody. Um, but yeah, Kenrod, good run out of you. Appreciate you streaming. That helps us out a ton.
Yes,
That's
sir.
that's a big thing, and I really appreciate you always doing that for us.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And we'll move on over to the driver of the five there, Viper. We seen him up there sticking his head in everything, and he was pretty quick at doing it, if I must say so. And Timmy, what you got for a driver of the five who was up there making things tough on the championship for this evening?
Whoa, what do we got, Viper? You got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, P3, and what is I'd say hectic race would be an understatement with how it played out. As I'm sure you and just about everybody in the field was front to back throughout. You were able to be on the top end of it, getting a podium finish. Just walk me through your mindset in this race and just kind of how you played with it.
But see, I ran this track at Drew Duff, so I had won this track in his league, so I got familiar with Homestead, so I was like, I could get to the front easily, but it was just trouble getting past Kinrod and Hollywood. So, but I was just hoping if Hollywood hit the wall, I could have got past Kinrod and got my first win. That's what I was going for. But it didn't happen. I had a fast car, so I'm just glad I got a top 5 in this league.
Yeah, you, pretty good run in general, and I haven't. I just got here, so I haven't really kept up with the league. So I'd say just how do you assess how your season went and how this season came to an end with you getting a really strong finish?
I would have started sooner, but I was in my other league. I was in a championship, so I couldn't try to get in Hollywood. So I wanted to race more in the season, but I was trying to finish out my other league. So I wish I could have got here a little bit earlier. I think I could have made a run for the playoff, but I'm just glad I was, race with good people in this room. So I had fun.
That's all that matters, and pretty good.
That's true.
I'd say pretty strong end to the season, or regardless of how it plays out. You're able to say you got a podium finish in what is the last Ruthless race on Heat 5, and that's a pretty high honor, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Your name is true, Viper.
Yeah.
You bastard. You stick your head up and bite a motherfucker real quick, like you about got me coming to that start finish line, bro. Hey, I got respect for you, though, dude. Me and you race each other like a motherfucker. Every time we out on the track, if we hit each other, we say sorry and go to hell on about it, bro.
Yep.
It ain't no bullshit.
Yep.
All right, so the people want to know if anybody just wants to speak up on one or whatever. The wrecks. People want to know what happened in the wrecks.
Man, I don't know their 10, really.
The one at the end was a little bit of retaliation. We're not going to go too far into it just because there's no reason to. There's not going to be any repercussions for anybody. The season's over. We're done with heat, so there's no reason to dwell on it.
I wrecked once, maybe twice.
I don't know. The rest of the race was just people racing hard. NASCAR's the one sport that when you get eliminated from the playoffs, you can still go out and play. In our case, race. So all those guys that weren't racing for a championship, they're still out there trying to win. They're trying to win a race. They're trying to get better finishing position in the points for the season. At times, me personally, I wish I would have gotten a little more room, especially from some teammates. But you can't blame them for trying to race.
Brother,
and Homestead's one of those racy tracks that has multiple groups, and I think that you put all that together, plus the championship race and the urgency out of the four of us, and some stuff's bound to happen. What happened at the end was uncalled for. It's not something that we want happening in our races, and it won't be happening in the future. But it's just tough. I mean, I don't know.
Well, that's one of them things, Hollywood. I hope one day if you're in the same position on the last lap, you don't sell it off in there into the side of me for a fucking win, bro. You ain't ever, so I ain't gonna do that shit to you either.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know about all that.
Win, no win, championship. I could have fucked you out of the championship on top of fucking your race up for the win, too.
I was thinking about lifting because I had a few positions back to everybody. But anyways,
that shit was close, though, whenever we was 3 wide and he bounced off you.
Well, he was just forcing me to the apron, that's all.
Yeah, he was trying his damnedest, bro. I mean, he was in a situation to where he had to.
Jason, if you want to talk about the rest of the race, or...
It don't matter.
Okay. Jason's your regular season champion. Like I said, we're not going to make this about the wreck and what happened at the end of the race. So
congratulations on your championship and his.
Jason finishes second and gets his championship.
17 should have second, honestly.
Yeah. But, it was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you to everybody that has been part of this league for 5 seasons. We've had over 150 races on our schedule total. We've done this is our 92nd Pro Series race, most of which have been streamed and are on our YouTube. All those are out there to be watched.
So close.
There's a lot of people that have been here from the beginning. Skew Car, Stu, myself, we kind of, all the 3 of us put this thing together. Me and Stu kind of handled most of the business, and Skew Car was there for moral support and advice when we needed it. And then we got this GT7 thing going on with Monkey and those guys, and all that's looking good too. So, a big thing about what we're doing over here is we just want to have fun. doing whatever type of racing we're doing. Um, to me personally, our Discord is one of the most active that I've been in. We got multiple guys from different places in the world with different views or different hobbies, whatever, that come together and talk about sports and a bunch of shit, make fun of deer and whatever we do. But it's a cool thing, man. Not a lot of leagues and not a lot of people are able to put that together. So I'm proud of doing this. Proud of Stu for doing it with me. And doing all this, we couldn't have done it without all the drivers, the fans that are on YouTube. This channel, we've kind of gone dead a little recently with the views and stuff, just because Heat 5's so old and we're not doing a ton of new content outside of Heat 5. But we built this thing up pretty quick. Scoop Car helps us out a lot, and everybody. It feels good when what you're doing, people like what you're doing. So we're going to keep doing it when the new game comes out. We're probably going to go into the dark days of console racing. It's going to be a tough 6 months, but we'll be back. And NASCAR 25 is going to be a lot of fun, fellas. We're going to have a lot of shit going on. There's going to be a lot of people watching that. And I have full confidence that iRacing is going to put out a really good game. So,
well, thank you for allowing me to be a part of this, bro.
Yes, sir, Kenrod. Thank you, Stu, for being our broadcaster for the whole time. You've done probably 90%, 80% of all the broadcasts. I tried to do some when I could, but I'm not a broadcaster that was just to let you race, so let you have your fun, because that's fair, that's what's owed. And you're the guy, you're the voice of the league, man, and I can't wait to go back and watch this broadcast. It's probably pretty crazy at the end. But yeah, dude, just thank you for your commitment and your time. And you got anything to say, and give her one last closeout.
Yeah. I really just want to ask Timmy, what do you got to say, Timmy? I know you've done a few races with me and stuff, so you've been around.
I mean, as long as people are talking, and I think this one's gonna have a lot of people talking for a little while, for here until whenever the next game comes out, whenever that may be, whether it's out before or after GTA 6, right? I mean,
yeah,
we had no shortage of things to discuss even before the finish. Like the whole race had just all sorts of action and chaos. I mean, the whole race was kind of chaotic with the cautions and whatnot. We saw cars go airborne. We saw one car go airborne more than once in a single race. I didn't think that was even possible, but Shepard found that out, and I don't think he wants to do that ever again. But Hollywood defending his crown. Bro went from beating Natalie Decker on iRacing to becoming a 3-time Ruthless champion. Like, that's crazy. And now he gets to go back to iRacing and have that to brag about.
I think the iRacing the Ruthless Championship's more impressive.
Exactly. You got something to brag about. That's what I'm saying. And nobody on iRacing got 3 Ruthless championships, so you got that to hold yourself up against.
That's true.
All right, Hollywood. I appreciate letting me race with y'all.
Heck yeah, I appreciate
thank you, Viper.
Man.
I'll stay in touch with you.
But yeah,
I don't.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna talk later. I'm not gonna say it on broadcast what I want to say.
Well, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. Appreciate everybody that has made this what it is. If you've done one broadcast with me, if you've done 12, 20, I don't care. However many. If you raced a race, if you raced one, if you raced all, I appreciate you. If you watched one stream or every stream, same deal. You made it what it was, hitting that like button, tuning in here, being active in the chat, watching these guys go at it. Sort of a hobby made into a competition, And it works out pretty good. So I'm excited for what NASCAR 25 will bring for us. A lot of new content. I mean, we're dabbling into iRacing, so we'll probably be posting some things about that. I mean, some things already on there, but we'll be posting some iRacing stuff and the GT7 series with me and Monkey, the GT Pro series over on GT7 that will continue here, start the beginning of the year. So we'll have that on Wednesdays as we've had. So, but yeah, the NASCAR stuff probably going to have to find something to sort of replace that. In the meantime, my there's some talks about maybe doing a little history, like some rewatching on the of some old races. Just going back, sort of like Ruthless classics, if you will. But yeah, so maybe keep your eye out for that. But just I appreciate everybody who's made this what it is. Almost 2,000 people now. If you're new here and you're watching, please hit that subscribe button. Join over 1,900 people who are now a part of the Ruthless Nation. That is the best nation. But until we meet again, I'll be in the booth for those GT7 races. So make sure you tune into those. Those will be awesome. Got a whole new setup going to be going for those guys. But congratulations to the three-peat of Hollywood. Congratulations to Jason, Parley, and Showstopper. I mean, they all raced as hard as they could, and things happened. But it was kind of crazy there at the end. I mean, a lot of confusion, but nonetheless, uh, it did end up being Hollywood as your three-time champion. He will be the owner of the most championships in the series now after breaking the tie with typical uh, with two each. But yeah, so it was a good season. Five broke some records in season five. Had the biggest fields. We had the most different winners, and yeah, it was just crazy. We done teams and a draft and all that. So season five was crazy, and it all worked out. We ended up having a team championship. Team Penske winning that. Four guys will receive $25 each, and Hollywood winning the championship and the money that was up for grabs of $100 there. And yeah, so overall, great season. If I look back through Ruthless, I have to say season three was my favorite season. Me and Hollywood both winning championships in the Pro-Am and Pro Series. That was his first championship. That was my only championship. But season three was a hard one to beat, and I swear we didn't beat it. So maybe the new game will bring some new beginnings. But without further ado, you know what it be. Rock on, race on, Ruthless Racing.